Mr. Ranbir.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. Thank you for joining today.
Good.
What time is it in India right now?
It is 2:32 p.m.
All right, and I believe it's summer. I think it's towards summer. I think this is.
It is summer, but we are going towards the start of the monsoons now.
Oh, okay, so it's not a bad weather, yeah.
It can be very humid.
I don't know if you've been to Jakarta. We are pretty much a very tropical city. There's a lot of monsoon over here.
Yeah, I've been to Bali.
You've been to Bali?
Yeah, Lena and the kids and I, we spent 2 weeks in Bali.
All right. So I'm sure you liked it over there.
Oh, we loved it. We loved
yes,
it.
It is beautiful. But we hope the next visit will be Jakarta. Well, I like to introduce to the crowd a little bit. I mean, about yourself, sir, if you don't mind, and correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Ranbir here is known as a rainbow monk. Usually he has. It's because of your teaching of human consciousness and soul healing. I think you've been teaching this since since very young. I believe that, right?
Well, I've been fortunate.
Yes,
I've been connected with my soul since I was a child, from a deeper consciousness since I was a child.
Right.
And actually, the truth is, everybody is connected with their soul. They're born connected. As infants, they all stay connected. But then, as the children start growing up, the babies start growing.
Right.
Somewhere in the age of 3 to 4,
Right.
3 years to 4 years, they begin to understand that, hey, the adults around us, they're all different. And they begin to realize that what they're connected with is somewhat different. So they try to conform.
Yeah.
So that conditioning starts taking place. So they start to conform. And when they start to conform, that natural connection they have to their higher consciousness, to their soul consciousness, they sort of block it.
I see. So that's how it actually sort of like disappear from us, from early age. But also,
that is supposed to be how we should be. We should all be like that.
We should all be like that, indeed. So you were also before working as a director in JP Morgan for Asia Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, and prior before that is PricewaterhouseCoopers, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I correctly said it. So
yes, I was managing director with JP Morgan for 8 years.
Yeah.
6 years I was managing director in India.
Yeah.
And 2 years I was managing director Asia Pacific.
Yeah.
Before that, I was with PricewaterhouseCoopers. I was engagement leader in their enterprise risk management practice.
Right. That's a lot of experience here that we can actually learn from you, sir. But anyway, to begin the interview, I like to say a little bit that I actually met you through a very good friend of mine, and I was very lucky because I was also going through, as many people are, going through a stage of change because of this pandemic. And truly, before I will leave it to you after this, but truly before I met you, I was really lost in a mist. I would say that. And I think the first or the second meeting that I felt that, I think from the very initial, that you really calmed me down. Not only did you calm me down, I think you actually sparked my creativity again to come out of it to even be better. So because of that, I thought this was really an amazing journey that I have never experienced that in my entire life. And I wish that many people could actually also learn from you, because I thought that was really amazing. Because you not only tap me, you not only learn, I really consciously understand how to actually maintain my anxiety after I met you, sir. So I thought that was really amazing. So to begin with, why is meditation very important, sir?
See, more than meditation, being calm is important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So calm is our natural state. Right? When you are in a state of calm, you create beautiful things from there. Okay. If you are not in a state of calm, you're in chaos. Chaos can only create confusion. So calmness brings clarity, chaos brings confusion. So if you really look at meditation, what is meditation? Meditation is not just sitting in a certain exotic pose for 10, 15, 30 minutes with your eyes closed. Meditation is how we should be throughout the day. Meditation is, we should have that state of mind, that state of deep calmness throughout our day, when our eyes are open, when we are working, when we are talking to people, whether we are at work or whether we are at a family. So when I look at meditation, meditation is not just an activity that we do and then we get out of it. Meditation is a state of being that we are supposed to be in throughout our lives. We should be doing everything from there. So when we are in that state of meditative calmness, what happens? We are calm. Yes, we feel that peace within ourselves. So we are at peace with ourselves. When we are at peace with ourselves, then we are at peace with everything else.
Okay.
When we are in a state of calm, there is clarity. We want to do things with clarity. So when I'm talking to you, you're talking to me. If I'm not in a state of calm, I cannot bring clarity to this discussion.
Absolutely.
If I don't bring clarity to this discussion, then there's chaos, confusion. What's the point? So I view meditation as something that we should be in a state throughout the day, 24/7. Not just something that we sit in a corner for 15 minutes, we come out of it and again go into chaos.
But that's very interesting, because most of our understanding, my previous understanding of meditation is actually something that you sit down and you actually close your eyes and you meditate the way it is. But your technique has been that we can actually maintain that 24-hour. And can you just share a little bit of, how do we do that actually?
So your natural state, if you look at your natural state, not just yours, every human being's natural state is calm. When you're a baby, if you look at babies, babies they are not afraid. They are fearless. Right? When they're born, they're fearless. That is a natural state. So when we stay within that natural state, then we are actually in touch with all our capabilities. We have such massive capabilities. So it is very simple. When we teach, we simply teach people how to use the body. You use the body, you use your mind, conscious mind, you use your subconscious mind, and you use deeper consciousness, something even deeper than the subconscious mind. And you bring it all together. When you are collected, when all of you is together, you are in that natural state. You will automatically begin to be calm. Why are we not calm? We must understand that. We are not calm because our consciousness is scattered. It's broken. My body is doing something. My mind is doing something. In my mind also, my subconscious mind is taking me one way. My conscious mind is taking me another way.
So there's a lot of confusion.
Yes, my deep nature is something else. So with so much fragmentation, so much breakage, so much fracture in my being, I will not be calm. When I'm all together, my body consciousness, the various layers of my mind, all of that consciousness, all of it is together, I will automatically be in that state.
I see.
So in that state, even if you drink water, even drinking water becomes a joyful activity. You will get a higher experience even from something as simple as drinking water.
I see.
So anything you do, mundane or phenomenal, it gives you equal pleasure.
Right. So, but many people would definitely like initially when I when I first met you, my main concern was always my work. My basically it was a very small scope that I look at. I'm just looking at work because obviously that was really impacting me a lot because of the COVID changes. What I wanted to ask you is this, sir. Is there an impact? It's only work, or can it be impact really lifelong? Because of course I know the answer now, but I'd like to hear it from you.
What is work? Work is simply a manifestation of you.
Uh-huh.
You are expressing yourself in one way through your work.
Uh-huh.
Right? You are expressing yourself in your relationships with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues. So if you really look at it, work, family, hobbies, your spirituality, everything is an expression of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So people become very focused on work because then there's this question of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
So really they're saying, oh my gosh, I must earn money. So there is a fear. So if you really get to the bottom of it, their fear drives them, not the joy of the work. Mm-hmm. Not the joy of expressing them. It is the fear that drives them. Mm-hmm. And the fear is, will I make enough money? Mm-hmm. Right? And the problem is that when fear drives somebody, even if they achieve that, achieving it becomes a difficult job in itself. When fear drives you, achieving what you seek is difficult. But even if you achieve it, the satisfaction is very low. Mm-hmm. So whether it is work or it is anything else, we are simply expressing ourselves. And the more at peace we are with ourselves, the more calm we are, the more meaning we find in ourselves, the more meaningfully we do everything. So the work that you do then has meaning. You will enjoy it. Now, think, Shaheena ji, the work that you do yourself.
Yeah.
You enjoy it.
I
do the work I do because I enjoy it. When we do the work that we enjoy, we are bringing value to people.
Yes.
Right? So we are giving the purest part of us into that. We are bringing value to people.
Yeah.
Money then becomes a byproduct. Money automatically flows.
I see.
Right? So then why should I work with fear when I know that if I do something with meaning, and that meaning can only come from a place of clarity, it cannot come from a place of chaos. If I am working with meaning, people are benefiting from it. Success is a byproduct. Success has to happen. So a lot of people think that because of the speed at which I rose in my career, at 28 I was business head. My first job was vice president.
Oh, okay.
I started as management trainee and I became vice president. People have always thought that, oh, maybe there was a sugar daddy who was with me, maybe there was a godfather. Not really. It was simply that if you work with meaning, with purpose, and you enjoy doing that, then life smiles. And it smiles with success, it smiles with abundance, money. You then begin to receive everything that you need, even before you know that you need that.
That's interesting.
When I got into my career, a very good advice my father gave me. I was 21, 22. I had just finished my chartered accounting program. And my father said, until you're 35, don't think about money.
Okay.
And I really didn't. So all the jobs that I received, people actually reached out to me and gave me the jobs. They offered, this is what I would like to pay you. I never did. But here's the thing, every time I was doing my job, they would on their own give me increments.
Okay.
So when I was at JP Morgan in the first 4 years, I got 5 promotions.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you look at a multinational and say, oh, no, that doesn't happen. But within that clarity, within that meaning that I find in the work, no matter what you give me, I'll find meaning in it. It creates something phenomenal. You don't have to try. People think, oh, I must work so hard.
Okay.
Yes, we immerse ourselves in it. We invest ourselves totally in it. But the result just is glorious. person who is on the receiving end of it, the beneficiary of your work, you don't even have to ask for a raise. They look at you and they say, well, you deserve a lot more money than you're given. So they kept on giving me more and more money. I remember my 4th year at JP Morgan, my bosses asked me, I like, and I had no idea. I really had no idea. So I just shrugged my shoulders. He insisted that I must give him a number.
I see.
So I because he was insisting, he just wouldn't get off the phone. I had to give him a number. So I just picked a random number. Just a random number. It was a round digit, with a lot of zeros in it. So if I'm very transparent, it was 4 million rupees more than what I was earning at the time. At that time, I was earning about 6 million rupees. My basic was 6 million rupees, not counting the bonus. I just added 4 million rupees to make it 10 million rupees. Right? In India, we say it's a crore. So I just said, well, 10 million. So my boss said, okay, would you like something more than that? And I was like, oh my gosh, how many more numbers will I pick? I said, no, 10 million is fine. That year ended, I went from 6 million to 10 million. So why did he do that? Not because he's there to do me a favor. Because the work I'm doing, because I'm finding it so meaningful, the result is magnificent. So they're saying, oh my gosh, the result is so good. Let me pay you more because you deserve a lot more than that. And at the end of that year, when my increment letter came to me, the new letter, the new designations came to me, he actually called me and he said, actually, Ranbir, you deserve a lot more than that. If you asked for more, I would give you even more. And here I'm thinking, well, I'm so happy. I'm so content with my life. I'm so content with what I'm getting. Now, what do I do with this extra 4 million?
I see.
So from that place of calm, from that place of meaning, we also create contentment. So it is not just calmness, it is not just peace, it is not just meaning. Contentment also comes. When you are content with what you have, suddenly more will come to you. So if you actually look at people who make a lot of money, who earn a lot of money, if you actually look at their attributes, a lot of them are quite content with what they are having. And with a lot of these kind of people, you will find money keeps flowing because they are joyful. They're enjoying themselves.
So money is actually not the issue here. Most of the people thinking is the money, but it's actually our mind, and it literally is our mind basically that's stopping us, right?
Yes. It is our mind, and if you get even more specific about it, Shaheena ji, it is fear that does.
But can we eliminate that fear for good?
Oh yes. So after you learn how to keep yourself in a state of calm, the next step I always teach is how do you eliminate fear? But before you eliminate fear, first you must understand fear. And the trick, fear is a very tricky phenomena. Fear is very, very smart. The mind is very smart. So what you think is your fear is not necessarily your fear. So at the surface level, we may think that I am not capable of earning money is my fear.
Okay.
But then, interesting exercise with your mind. There's an exercise you do with full awareness. I don't get people into trance or hypnosis or things like that. With complete awareness, when you go deep into your mind, we do 5 layers. You and I have done that. When you go 5 layers deeper into the mind, you find that fear that you thought you had and the actual root of the fear are very different. So there you learn, okay, you must tackle the root, not just what is apparent. So a lot of times the fear of not earning enough money may be the fear of not being enough. I am not enough, I am not capable. Some people may have a fear that I am alone. My fear that I will be left alone. I am not worthy.
And we gotta be very careful with what we think as well, right, Mr. Ranbir, in that way. Because I mean that's automatic. I mean I'm just looking at myself, what I was before meeting you, And that was also one of the fears, like, sometimes we worry about our work, sometimes we worry about different things. So I guess those are something that we need to be consciously aware that it's actually clogging our success.
Yes. It all starts when you're so young. We hear so many statements. We hear people say things like, oh, Shaheena, money doesn't grow on trees. Be careful.
Mm-hmm. True,
Do you know how much your father has to earn? How difficult it is for him to earn money?
Yes.
Right? Only they say in Hindi, chadar utni phailao jitni tange jitni chadar hai. So, be within your means, be very limited. So we create a sense of lack. So we grow up listening to that. So when people are growing up with those kind of statements that there is not enough, you must be so careful, money doesn't grow on trees, then they also hear things like money is evil. People have this notion that money is evil, money is the root of all evil. So sometimes people come and tell me, the scripture says money is the root of all evil.
Yes,
I laugh. So I say, when the scripture actually says the greed of money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of any evil.
Okay.
It is your thoughts about it.
Yes.
So a part of this thought, a lot of the things that we think are coming from the conditioning that we've had. We didn't even realize it. But once we realize it, once we begin to wash away the fear, then our responsibility is that we be very careful with what we are thinking. So every thought that we create has to be like a sculpture. Very carefully you have to chisel a thought.
I see. But this is not only just impacting money, right, sir? I mean, I think for me, it impacts the way I live right now, to be very frank with you. I mean, since I know you, I mean, of course, I would love the participant who are watching our review to understand that it's not just about money. It's really about lifestyle. So, I mean, how does this actually, it's very funny. I came in talking about my work, and then I actually start doing different things of my life and start, how do you explain this? I mean, is it actually correlated?
Absolutely. So when you come to peace within yourself, when you're at calm with yourself, you're at peace with yourself, and you are erasing fear, you're washing away fear, then what part of you is left? Only the authentic part of you is left, isn't it? Fear is an illusion. So what is happening is, it's like there are layers of fear and there's layers of doubt. Slowly you're taking away the layers. Then you come to yourself and you realize, oh, this is my authentic part. This is who I am. Once you begin to recognize your authentic self, then there is nothing to stop you. So then your relationships are joyful. Right? Then when you're doing work is joyful, work is meaningful, relationships is meaningful. Something as simple as washing utensils can be meaningful. Then when you understand meaning in yourself, when you understand what your authentic self is, then you also begin to understand, hey, look, I don't need to conform. I don't have to do things the way the other people say. Why do I need to be like that? I must be my authentic self. So at the age of 40, when I put in my papers at JP Morgan, I had already been a managing director for 8 years. My friends and people in my colleagues at office, including HR at JP Morgan, they thought that maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. Maybe I've gone crazy. Maybe there's something that upset me. So they were saying, oh, don't give up your job. Right? Take a break for 1 or 2 years. Take a sabbatical for 1 or 2 years. Roam the world. One of the people even said, Ranbir, buy a boat and sail the world. Come back in 2 years and again become a managing director. We'll wait for you. So where were they coming from? They were coming from fear. Fear that, oh my gosh, if you have a great career and if you leave that, then life is zero after that. Life goes downhill. Where will the money come from? Where will the prestige, the status, the recognition come from?
Exactly.
But at that time, what held me was very simple. My authentic self demanded that I must follow my dream. I must chase my dream. I must follow my life with meaning. Meaning meant that I must help other people. So I left. And it has been 6 years now. Right? Did I ever have a problem with money? No. Did I ever have a problem having a comfortable life? No. Did I ever have a problem sending my children to the international schools that they were used to going? No. We changed countries. Nothing happened to our lifestyle.
That's amazing.
It is the fear that stops us. But once you embrace your authentic self, you're comfortable with yourself. Then you will shine so brightly. Everything you do will give you beautiful results. But it is a process, it is not a theoretical thing.
True,
it is a step-by-step process that we go through.
True. I think obviously there is a process for us to go there. But okay, speaking about the process, that comes to my next question basically. I understand, as I know you, we always been doing, we've been doing, meditation. We also we create a more awareness about how the way we think, So I'm sure there must be a lot of scientific support for this as well. There must be some science. Like I do know that there's a books for that manifest. Like for example, I used to read the book for, I think it was. I think The Secret that I've ever read the book, which speaks a lot about meditation. And in the West, basically, people tend to meditate a lot nowadays to manifest. So what do you think about this, sir? I mean, do you think there's a lot of scientific fact that we should also be aware that actually it is a part of like how we need to exercise. We also need to actually calm our mind. What do you say, sir?
100% science. People think this is mysticism. This is not mysticism. Right? You can make it sound mystical. Right? But in my opinion, making it mystical simply makes people confused.
Right.
So to me, this is pure science. If you look at quantum physics, this is nothing but quantum physics. In quantum physics, we have not really advanced much in quantum physics. Quantum physics today poses more questions to us than answers.
Right.
So our mathematics is not advanced enough to go there. But if you look at the ancient masters, right, they wrote about it, they taught it. Those teachings are available to us. But it's just that, when you read it, it sounds mystic. Then you look at quantum physics. If you look at quantum physics, it is science. For example, you talked about the mind. And you talked about Rhonda Byrne's book, The Secret.
Yeah.
If you look at quantum physics, there is this beautiful experiment. It's called the double slit experiment.
Double slit, yeah.
And the double slit experiment, it's a very interesting one. So there's a lot of material on YouTube. Your viewers can go and see it there. But the double slit experiment says that, look, a wave can be a wave and a particle at the same time. It depends on what you are observing. If you observe, the wave becomes a particle. If you are not observing, you're not looking at it, the wave will remain a wave. Which means that reality depends on my observation. The ancient masters said the same thing. And in the last 50 years, quantum physics is saying the same thing. That what you observe becomes your reality. Now, quantum physics is not able to understand how it becomes reality. But the ancient masters said that. So when you begin to practice with your mind in what we do, it is not about looking at it theoretically. I encourage all my students to create. There is a process of creation. There is a discipline to creation. It is not haphazard. You create, there are certain rules, certain protocols. So you create with those protocols. You are creating in the non-physical world. And then you are doing some actions in the physical world. You're bringing both of them together.
Right.
You are merging your non-physical and physical world. You are merging your mind and various layers of your mind and your body.
Yeah.
So every part of you, your physical, non-physical world, your mind and your body, it is all coming together. The closer it comes together, the better you create. So we start with very simple things. You create very simple things. Maybe something like healing a small pain in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go on to something more and more bigger, more and more complex, until one day you can create whatever you want. So we graduate into it. We understand, we experience it. Once you experience it, it becomes your truth. Then it is no longer mystical. Then it is your truth. So we go through that path of going from a place of theory, from a place of mysticism, to understanding what your truth is, what your capabilities are, exercising them, seeing the results every day.
Right.
And my job is not just to teach. My job is to say, okay, if you have a problem getting the results, can I help you? Maybe there's some mistake in the process. Can I help you resolve that mistake? So it is a science like any other.
I know that you have done an enormous amount of people who have actually joined you, and I noticed that everybody, almost everybody, have actually experienced breakthrough in your training. So I thought that's really amazing. So I really felt that your training is very powerful, Mr. Ranveer. I mean, it's not just about theory. I think it makes a lot of sense. Some people used to worry about meditation when we relate it to with religious. Do you think it is religious, sir? I mean, do you think it's one particular religion that teaches this? I'm a Muslim, by the way. I believe that there is also meditation in us.
Meditation is about being one with yourself.
Right.
When I teach meditation, at least, I am not defining it by religion. I'm simply looking at, you are one with yourself. You are one. Your body, your mind, all the layers of your mind are all one. It's a beautiful phenomenon. That is how you should be. And then if you go more and more advanced, automatically you will begin to go from being one with yourself to one with beyond you, something bigger than you.
Right.
So one does not have to attach religious dogma to it. One just has to go into deeper peace, allow your awareness to expand in the meditation. And as you expand, as you become more aware of yourself, as you become more and more aware of your completeness, then you get what you call spiritual experiences. So whether you simply go simple meditation, I don't include any religion in it, or you follow the teachings of the religious masters, all will go to the same place.
Yes. Indeed, it's interesting. I think we have very few minutes before we end up this session. I definitely would like to say that, I started off following your training in search of my work, but rather I came out of there getting more about life and work. So I think that was really a bonus to whatever it is. And I must say that I have changed the way to manage my own stress. I mean, I think before meeting you, I never knew actually that we can actually conquer inside us the fear that we have. And I think since I follow your technique, which is so simple, I find that really amazing, actually, sir. I thought it's going to be very complicated, but it was so simple, and it sank in so well that it was just an amazing journey altogether. So I hope that we can do a program like this for our viewer in Indonesia, if you are willing to, and if you have the time. Perhaps sometime. Go ahead, sir.
I'm always delighted, Shaheena ji.
Thank you so much.
Set up the date, set up the times. Let me know, and I'll be there.
Yes, because this is very interesting. I mean, for my viewers, I'd like to say that truly, because sometimes we feel that we are always so, focused about money, sir. I think, and then the way we look at money is so wrong, I think. And actually, seriously, after following your footsteps, I can actually see how actually money flows. Before that, I was like really like confused, like how does the money flow? But upon really trusting and upon really, doing it and really experiencing lots of changes, I mean, I think thanks to you, there's a lot of innovative ideas that I come up with.
Oh, lovely. I'm so happy. I'm
So,
happy.
Last but not least, sir, can you just share me one small success story, sir, that you've had an experience using meditation?
Oh, there are so many. So many. People come to me for different purposes, Shaheena ji. There are programs we do to heal the body.
To heal the body.
So I show people how to use the mind, body, consciousness, very deep soul consciousness to heal issues of the body that even doctors say are terminal.
Right.
So you people actually recreate their body. It's like redesigning the body. So people have come from terminal situations and turned them around. People have come with very severe high blood pressure. And within a few days they go from very high blood pressure to normal blood pressure. People have come with food allergies, and within 3 to 4 weeks the food allergies disappear. So on the health front there are these kind of stories. Then people come for success and money.
Yes.
Right? So not having success is also like a disease. It destroys our peace. So there also we work with techniques of the mind and the body, consciousness, soul consciousness. And how do you actually, then people go step by step. They begin to repair relationships because success and relationships are intertwined. So they begin to repair relationships. They begin to suddenly see progress in the work that they are doing. Slowly, slowly the success starts to build. By slowly, I don't mean months, I mean days.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Money that was blocked suddenly begins to flow.
Yeah.
So there is no limit to where you apply these. There are stories of relationships, success, health, every dimension it works.
Okay, we hope that we can conduct one of these, and I'll be informing you very soon.
I look forward to that.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. I think we are almost done right now. I know you're also very busy, but I really appreciate this moment. I think this is really one of the best for me to be able to interview you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Take care, sir. Goodbye.